Good evening again to all the students and faculties who have joined in here. We will be starting the session at 7:05 p.m. So kindly let your friends know that the session will be starting and please tell them to join in quickly. A very good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all the students and other faculty members, HODs, and professors who have joined us in here today. On behalf of XLR, I sincerely thank you all for taking your time to be a part of this student development program on cybersecurity, essential concepts, and applications. So, before we begin, let me give you a quick introduction to XLR. XLR was founded by an ISB alumni in the year 2013, and it has 8 branches in 8 cities with its headquarters in Houston, USA. So far, XLR has trained over 8 lakh plus students and professionals across various domains, catering to individuals, institutions, and industry. So these are a few premium associations, which includes iHub Divya Sampark, Skill AP, APSSDC, Task, BFSI, NASCOM Future Skills Prime, and many more. So, with over a decade of excellence in training, we have conducted almost 1,000 plus webinars, offered 30 plus technical courses, collaborated with 2,000 plus academic partners, and worked with 5,000 plus placement partners. We have trained almost 80,000 plus faculties through the faculty development program and 8 lakh plus students through the student development program. So till date, we have about 8 lakh 28,853 students participating and around 76,577 faculties who have been participating in our everyday learning program. For today's program on cybersecurity, we have registrations from various states. We have total of 5,820 registrations, with Maharashtra being the highest of 2,234 and followed by the other states. We also have students from different streams such as engineering, MCA, degree, and MBA. So our everyday learning initiative, it focuses on providing application and industry-oriented learning on trending technologies for free from industry experts with in-depth knowledge on the subjects. The goal is to provide hands-on learning experience, help students and faculty with real-world applications, support institutions in meeting NAC and NBA requirements, and you can also find the registration link in the chat box. So the learner can click on it to register, or they may even visit the XLR website to complete their registration. Upon successful completion of the program, participants will receive a participation certificate. Additionally, we also collaborate with colleges by signing MOUs to conduct and collaborate for the student and the faculty development program, along with placement readiness drives to support students in their career development. Through the everyday learning program, the participant or the learner, they can benefit from 30 plus hours of professional training, assignments and assessments, real world industry use cases, placement preparation sessions, coding challenges and campus recruitment training, a lifetime LMS access, and a participation certificate for the participants. So this is how our LMS dashboard looks like. So the student can log in using their username and the password that they have received to their mailbox after the registration, and they can access the course that they have enrolled in. So they can also view the courses they have registered in the past. So far, we have conducted almost 70 plus SDPs, and around 2,000 plus colleges have been participating regularly. We have delivered almost 2,300 plus hours. So these are the common student development programs. We have Advanced Excel, Salesforce, ChatGPT, and full stack development, and many more. For faculty development programs, we have around 2,16,927 enrollments. And again, 2,000 plus colleges have been participating regularly with 600 plus hours delivered and a total of 50 plus faculty development program held in XLR. So these are a few common programs among the faculty development programs, such as digital marketing. We have deep learning and data analytics. So this is how our student and faculty development certificate look like. These certificates will be given to the learners after they register for the program and attend the live online session regularly. It is also important for learners to mark their attendance in each session to be eligible to receive the certificate upon completion. So these were a few recent engagements. We have successfully conducted programs at prestigious institutions like IIT Roorkee, where we have conducted training on data analytics using Minitab. This was at BITS Bilani campus. It was a student initiative where students approached Excella to conduct Power BI and machine learning at their campus. We also had a skill up program for the final years, which was 240 plus hours of campus recruitment training with placement assistance that started from Jan 2024 to April 2024 and had covered coding skills, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, verbal ability, soft skills, resume, and LinkedIn profile building. There was also a group discussion and a personal interview provided at the end of the training. So this program has benefited thousands of students with placement assistance. This is a participation certificate that was provided to the students after completion. It was issued by iHub Divya Sampar, a joint initiative of IIT Roorkee and the Government of India's Department of Science and Technology, where out of 50,000 students, only 5,200 students were eligible for the certificate. And this was given based on their attendance and their assignments. These are a few newspaper snippets, and we had maximum participation from APSSDC, where around 10,000 engineering students had attended the online program. These are the few programs which was conducted in the month of March. This was in April and May. So without any further delay, let us start with Student Development Program on Cybersecurity, Essential Concepts and Application. So it is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed guests for today. We are honored to have distinguished academicians with us who bring us decades of experience, research excellence, and contribution to education and innovation. Firstly, we have Dr. G. Ramakrishna Reddy, Principal and Correspondent from Sri Ramakrishna Degree College, Andhra Pradesh. Sir has been a founder, principal, and correspondent of Sri Ramakrishna Degree College, which was established in the year 1984 and instrumental in its growth into a prestigious autonomous institution in 4,000 plus students. The distinguished academician and research mentor with a PhD in commerce, author of several books and research publications, and guide to 12 successful PhD scholars. He's an educationist and philanthropist, dedicating to providing quality education, supporting underprivileged students, social welfare initiatives, old age homes, orphanages, and cultural heritage preservation. Ramakrishna sir, we would like to hear a few words from your end.
Thank you, madam. Good evening to one and all. First, my thanks to Amar Garu, host of this program, Bhagya Garu, Rajkumar Garu, and Sheetal Garu. And good evening to other distinguished resource persons, principals, faculty members, esteemed guests, and my and dear students. It is a matter of great pleasure to welcome you all to the inauguration of 15-day student development program on cybersecurity, essential concepts and applications, commencing today, it is on 22nd June 2026. We are living in an era where digital technology influences every aspect of our lives, from education and banking to healthcare and governance. Along with these advancements comes the responsibility of protecting ourselves and our institutions from cyber threats. Today, cybersecurity is not merely a subject for computer professionals. It is an essential life skill for every individual. The objectives of this student development program is to create awareness about cyber security fundamentals, safe digital practices, cyber ethics, data privacy, and the practical applications of security measures in our everyday lives. Over the next 15 days, our students will have an opportunity to learn from experienced experts and gain valuable knowledge that will enhance both their academic and professional competences. I'm delighted that this program is being conducted in collaboration with XLR, which has been taken the initiative to provide quality of training to the students. Such industry academia collaborations help bridge the gap between classroom learning and real world requirements, preparing the students for future careers. I encourage every participant to attend all these sessions with sincerity and enthusiasm, actively interact with the resource persons, and successfully complete the program. The certificate you receive will be valuable, but the knowledge and skill you acquire will be even more important throughout your life. I am delighted that this 15-day student development program on cybersecurity, essential concepts and applications is being organized by XLR. This initiative has been designed not only for the benefit of the students, but also for students across the globe who can participate through the online learning platform. Such collaborations bring together academic excellence and industry expertise, enabling learners from different regions to acquire relevant and up-to-date knowledge. By leveraging digital technology, this program transcends geographical boundaries and provides every participant with an opportunity to enhance their cybersecurity awareness and professional skills. I congratulate the XLR team, organizers, faculty, coordinators, and all the students who have enrolled in this program. I also express my sincere gratitude to the experts and trainers for sharing their expertise with our students. With these few words, I formally inaugurate the 15-day student development program on cybersecurity, essential concepts and applications. And I wish the program is going to be the great success. May this initiative empower our students to become the responsible, ethical, and digitally secure citizens. Thank you, one and all, and wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. It
Okay,
was a
madam.
pleasure having you us today.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, madam. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam.
So next we have Professor Bhagyashree Vyas, who is a Dean Industry Relations at Ajinkya DY Patil School of Engineering, Pune. So ma'am has been a dean at Ajinkya DY Patil Group with 12 plus years of experience in computer science engineering and academic leadership. She is an expert specializing in building strategic partnerships, enhancing employability, and creating strong placement opportunity for students. A student success and institutional growth leader focused on mentoring future ready professionals, driving innovative initiatives, and aligning education with evolving industry requirements. So, Bhagyashree ma'am, I request a few words from your end.
Thank you so much, Sheetal ma'am. Good evening, everyone. It's a real honor to be part of this inaugural session of Student Development Program on Cybersecurity organized by XLR. I want to begin by congratulating XLR for consistently building platforms that bring students from premier institutions across India together to learn skills that truly matter in today's world. So let me start with why program like this one matters so much. Student development program are just not add-ons to college curriculum. They are actually bridges. They take student from the world of the textbook into the real world and applied knowledge. So a program like this spread over 15 days with 2 hours of focused learning every single day gives students something that regular classroom often cannot. That gives depth, consistency, and direct exposure to a field that is shaping the future of cybersecurity. So I encourage every participant here to treat this not as extra commitment but as an investment in yourself. And I want to talk about my second point, that is impact of emerging technologies on higher education. So if we are living through a period where technology is just not changing what we learn but how we learn, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, automation, these aren't just a distant concept anymore. They are embedded in every industry, every job role, and in even in every business decision. So with this rapid digitization comes an equally rapid arise in the risk, data breaches, cyber threats, and other things. So higher education today has a responsibility to not just teach a theory but to prepare students to think like problem solver in a digital first world. So cybersecurity as a discipline sits a right at this intersection, and it's a technical, it's a strategic, and it's a urgent relevant. And let me conclude my academia and industry working together. No single institution can do this alone. Colleges bring foundational knowledge and academic rigor. Industry brings a real world context, tools, and the pulse of what employers actually need. So when these two comes together, so as they have today, through this collaboration student benefit the most, and program like this SGP are a perfect example of the synergy, structured learning, and a practical relevance. A certificate that reflects a real effort, not just a attendance. So it's my humble request to a student that you need to join this sincerely. And I wish every participant here to be productive and insightful, gain an insightful experience over the next 2 weeks. And once again, I want to congratulate XLR and faculties and students from a different institution. Over the next 15 days, you need to be stay curious, stay consistent, and don't hesitate to ask the question. The cybersecurity field rewards people who are persistent and detail oriented. So I think this program gives you a strong starting point. So thank you so much, XLR, and all the best for day one. Thank you so much, Sheetal.
Thank you so much, Bhagya ma'am. It was a pleasure having you with us today and has definitely left us with meaningful takeaways. Thank you so much. So next we have the subject matter expert for the day, Mr. Raj Kumar, who is a cybersecurity expert and technical trainer with 10 plus years of experience in VAPT, red teaming, cloud security, and digital forensics, and has delivered almost 350 plus security assessment projects across diverse industries. He's a specialist in offensive security and AI security, certified in OSCP, CRTP, ESC, SA, with expertise in web, mobile network, cloud active directory, malware analysis, and AI LLM security testing. He has conducted cybersecurity awareness program, corporate trainings, and university workshops while helping organizations strengthen security posture, compliance, and cyber resilience. Rajkumar sir, we would like to hear a few words from you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, actually, we start the class or else.
Sir, we would have the LMS KT once after your introduction, then you can start the class.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Yeah, sure. So yeah, so thanks for inviting me for this event, and In this 15 days, we'll cover more topics, more fundamentals, and we see why companies are hiring cybersecurity professionals, and we see how the cybersecurity fields are growing, and what and all the opportunities are in that cybersecurity fields. We'll see everything one by one in the over 15 days classes. In few days, we are going. I mean, entire 15 days we are going to work in the practical way, not in the theoretical way. So we are going to work entire 15 days as a practical, and I'll show you how the real time attacks are happens, and how we can perform the security for them, and how we can suggest for the remediations. Everything we'll see from end to end. So whatever I mean, then we see how the forensic investigation can be happen. So there are few things we need to understand from the basics, then we can able to understand the advanced level. So the basic and all will cover in the first few 3 days of classes, then we'll uh, move on to the next levels. Yeah. Yeah, anyhow, we'll see everything's in the 15 days classes. Yeah, thank you for inviting me for this event.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Amar Shivate to walk us through the elements.
Thank you, Sheetal. So once again, very good evening to all the learners and the faculty members. So dear participant, I will just take 5 to 7 minutes of your time and I will give you the brief context on the LMS part. So where you can access the daily live sessions, the links of Zoom and YouTube. You can join from the LMS portal where you will get the recordings of the session. You can find the reading material or practice first. On top of it, you can get the attendance as well. Not only while learning the program, but in the future as well, whenever you would like to go through this course again and again, yes, that will be available over the LMS portal. So how we can access the LMS portal? So Parth, don't raise the hand. If anything is there, you can just keep posting in the chat box. Okay. Thanks. Thank you, Parth. So let me share my screen quickly. So dear participant, LMS stands for Learning Management System, and it's one-stop solution to get all the e-learning content at one place. All right. So in simple words, if I want to give the one easy example, so we visit the D-Mart or Reliance Mart. So where we'll get all these things which we require on a daily basis. It'll be grocery, it'll be clothes, it'll be footwear, right? So one-stop solution. Likewise, to get all course content about the cybersecurity SDP, you need to have the LMS portal with you. So how will get the LMS access? For that, registration is important. So those who registered till today, 11 a.m., the LMS access already granted for all of them. If you registered recently or after my LMS get, if you are going to register, no need to worry. By tomorrow afternoon, you will also get the LMS access. So after completion of your registration, what next? So you will receive 2 emails from our side. First email is LMS portal account details by XLR. In that, you will have a portal link. That is nothing but a LMS URL. So again, in simple word, we'll use the different websites, right? So if we want to order something, what websites are there? We'll search like Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, Myntra, right? Likewise, once we click on that website, it will take us through one search, right? Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, right? Or LinkedIn.in or Naukri.com. Likewise, to access the XLR LMS portal, the LMS URL is mylearning.xlr.com. Very easy and simple. mylearning.xlr.com. Your username will be your mail ID and a system generated password. The password will be different for everyone. Suppose you received a second email that is a welcome to the SDP on CS, that is cybersecurity by XLR, okay, and you not receive the password. What is the reason of that? Because you might register for the previous program 1 year ago, 2 year ago, because we're running this SDPs and FDPs since from 2021, 2022, right? So in that scenario, you have only welcome email. No need to worry. I will give you the context on that as well, how you can forget the password. But now what is next? We have to click on this link. We have to provide the details and we need to click on sign in. Dear participants, don't raise the hand. Whatever the query or question you have, you can just keep posting into the chat box. Krishna, Rutija, Hanipatan. So we can take it off. Raising the hand will not solve your queries. Okay, so post in the chat box, we'll take it up. So now I am resharing my screen, and suppose I clicked on that link mylearning.xla.com. So what next? So it will take me through the dashboard, that is a sign in page, or in simple word login page. Okay, and here I have to provide my details. As I said that your username will be your email ID, and second thing, the password. All right, with these details you have to go ahead and click on sign in. It will take you through the dashboard if you're providing your details correctly. Suppose you received only welcome email. In that scenario, if you are not remembering your password, you can click on forget your password. You can send the instruction to your mail ID. You can update the password, and you can follow the same steps, whatever I'm going to follow next. So provide the details, click on a sign in. It will take you through the dashboard. If something is going to miss, if you're adding the details, if you're going to add extra space or copy pasting the password, make sure that you are doing all these things correctly without mistake. Okay, then it will take you through the dashboard. Suppose you are here on a dashboard. Okay, Abhi, see guys, if you posted in the chat, yes, I'm able to see the chat. So no worries, we'll take up all the queries. Okay, don't worry. And in next 5 minutes about the certificate attendance, everything will be covered. So now here you can check once you are able to see all these details here itself. Back to home page, community, leaderboard, dashboard, purchase history, you have help button, and you have dashboard as well. Okay, but the important thing that is about the profile. Okay, so I'm clicking onto the profile. You can check it here. I will just zoom in. Okay, yes, you can check it here. It's profile settings. Once after clicking on the settings, here you will get the option to update your account, your name, your full name, your mobile number. You can update your email ID. You can update your photo. You can verify your account. But the most important thing that is about updating the password. So system generated password is a little bit lengthy and typical, and it's a little bit clumsy to always copy paste, right? So you can set a unique password, whatever you want. For that, you need to visit here. You can click the password here, type it here. Once again, you can type the same password here, and you can update password. Once both the passwords are going to be matched, the password button, update password button will be enabled, and you can utilize that. Okay. Where I was on previously, I was on a dashboard. I clicked onto the profile and then settings, and in settings, if I scroll down, I will find that option. Clear? Homepage. Suppose if you are here on a homepage, here you will get the couple of courses as a credit based courses. As we have initiative with the NASCOM, Swayam Plus, AP Government, that is app short term internship, long term internship. Suppose if you are here, click on a profile and go on a dashboard. Okay, so yes, so now what next? How you can join the session? Today you receive an email or you receive a link directly from your college to join the session. You clicked on that and join the session. From tomorrow onwards, you will not receive the link, and you will be searching for the link here and there. And no need to worry. Once you have the LMS access, here itself on a daily basis in a live session today pop-up, you will find the session details. See, SDP or CS first. Okay, so I'm clicking on that. Once after clicking on that, here I will find the entire details. Okay, in that you will find the agenda, attendance feedback, live sessions, session recordings, and material. How will join the session? Okay, so here you have two options. Which two options you have? Which two options? Join a Zoom meeting or is join the YouTube. So if you are facing any issue with the Zoom, or if your network is not supporting, you can join the session via YouTube as well. Whatever the things are happening over the Zoom, similarly it's streaming on the YouTube as well. Whatever the query or question you have, you can just post into the chat box. Our team will take it up. For the YouTube participant, just one announcement. If you subscribe to the channel and if you turn on the bell icon, yes, then 2 times before session starts, like 6:30 and 7, you will get the auto notification that session will be starting. You should join. Like that way you will get the notifications. You can subscribe and you can just click on that bell icon. You will get the details. Okay, clear on how to join the session? In live session today itself, you will find the day 1 session, day 2 session as per the day. Click on that. You will find the 2 links. As per your comfort, Zoom or YouTube, you can join the session. Clear? Yes. So now next, how we can access the recordings or material or attendance, or what is the use of attendance, or how about the certification? What are the important things to get the certificate, or when we'll get the certificate? About this, all the pointers. I'm just scrolling down, and here I will find the option that enroll courses. How many enroll courses are there on my dashboard? 146. See, I enroll, or while giving the information or while sharing the information with you, I have that courses with me. So if you enroll previously 2 courses, now this third course, yes, that 3 courses will be available with you. So I'm clicking on that classroom, then you can check here. First of all, agenda. So actually what we are going to learn in this next 15 days, you will get a detailed agenda day wise from day 1 to day 15. So before coming to the session itself, you will have that mindset. Okay, so today you are going to learn these topics. Okay. Below the agenda, you will find the attendance and feedback. So dear students, please listen carefully. Okay. So coming to the attendance and feedback, this is a common link. First thing. Second thing, the link will be active for 1 hour, that is 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. only. Today's link will close today only. Day 1 link we are not able to share on a day 2. You will go on a day 2 and you will ask to share the day 1 link of which no one is able to go in the past, right? We were unable. We can't do that at all, right? So make sure that you are marking the attendance on that day only from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Second thing. Third thing, 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate of participation about the cybersecurity program. Okay, so make sure that you are attending the session on a daily basis. Okay, and once after completion of the program, it takes 8 to 15 working days to get your certification. If your attendance is going to match, and if it's above 60%, then you will get your certificate. Okay, this is about the attendance. Now I know that what counter question you will ask me. Okay, sir, I just registered. I don't have LMS access, sir. I just joined the session directly using the link which my friend shared. No need to worry. Okay, will be providing or sharing the link in the chat box on Zoom and YouTube as well. Okay, so in a live chat of YouTube and chat box in a Zoom. Now, if I said you that the link will open at 8:30, don't start spamming in the chat box from the 8 itself. Attendance link, sir, attendance link, sir, attendance link. No, it will not work at all. Okay, so it will disturb your class. Or in this scenario, as we have now, you can see here, we have 1000 participants over the Zoom and a YouTube also there. So if you start spamming, then we should miss the questions, important questions which will be missed, right? So make sure that 8:30 you will get the link. Stay assured, no need to worry on that part. Okay, this is the important thing about the attendance and feedback. Below that live session, which I already explained how you can join the session, then recording. Session recordings will be available here. You can check here day 1 session recording and materials also. So whatever the important material, practice files, or PPTs, or PDF, or Word documents, yes, will be uploaded over the LMS, which you can access on a daily basis from the LMS portal. Like today's session material and recording will be available by tomorrow. Likewise, you can access the LMS portal. And in the future, if any help you are looking for, then on a dashboard itself, here you can check help button is there. Click on help button, type the query, whatever you have or whatever help you are looking for, click on a send query, and yes, we'll get back to you with the answer. Okay. Yes, so that's all from my side. Whatever the query or question you have about the elements, you can keep posting into the chat box. We'll take it up. I will share the registration link once again if anybody is missed on the registration part. So we'll be sharing the link. Make sure that you are completing your registration, and by tomorrow afternoon, you will be also getting the LMS access. So that's all from my side, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I think one guest is in. Just a moment. So we'll give the access. Yeah, Sheetal. Madhuri Narkhede, right?
Yes.
Yes, I given access to Ma, so you can
Okay.
continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Amar. We have one more guest from the academia, Miss Madhuri Prashant Nakade, who is assistant professor from Srimati Devkiba Mohanshanji Chauhan College of Commerce and Science, Silvassa, Gujarat. So, ma'am, we would like to hear a few words from your end.
Thank you so much, Shital ma'am. And good evening to everyone. On the behalf of Srimati Devkiba Mohan Singh Ji Chauhan College of Commerce and Science, I welcome all the participants in this session, and I would like to thank to the Accelera team for organizing this activity in the collaboration with Srimati Devkiba College. I hope this session will be very knowledge enhancing to the students, and students will surely get benefit from this session. And as we know that the cyber security has become an essential skill in this today's digital world, so that's why this learning cyber security is very important, and that's why I encourage all the students to attend the sessions regularly and enhance their skills and practical insights through this 30 hours student development program. Thank you once again to the organizing team and all the participants. Thank you from my side.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Mr. Rajkumar, sir. You can continue the session, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I'll share my screen. Yeah, I hope for everyone my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah. So actually, today, I mean, before starting the class, I just want to give some few points. Like, so if anyone's have the doubts on the specific topic, whatever I am going to cover, so just drop the chat, or else I just give you the time for the questions. Okay, in that time you can ask me the questions. I can help you to clarify the doubts. Okay. So, and today we're going to see some basic about the cybersecurity. So, what is cybersecurity and why cybersecurity needs for the industry. So it's like a basic things we are going to cover. Okay. Okay. Just a minute. I'll just. Okay. Yeah. I will just start from the basics. So mostly, many of them don't have idea about what is cybersecurity, and why the companies are need cybersecurity engineers for their organization. Because few of them are thinking that okay, so I'm going to, I mean, mostly who are coming from to the cybersecurity domain, so they are just looking some movies and they are looking some. Like social media attacks, something related to that, and they're looking something relevant to that. Okay, Facebook, Instagram, so that type of related hackings. But actually, when we are coming into the real world scenario, it's not like that. So just not only like a social media, like Instagram, Facebook hacking. So in organizations, if whenever there is a I mean, in organization, whenever they try to hire you, right, they look for you, I mean, they will look like you should know what is web applications and how the web applications are working properly in the back end. So then how you can perform the attacks, then how you can remediate that even if the attacks happen. So how you can able to identify from where the attacks happen. This everything we should know, because mostly what we are doing, um, we are just using some sort of tools to perform the application attacks. So in real, I mean, in online, if you go for GitHub, you can see n number of tools. We can take the tools and we can just run that command uh, against the target. So we'll get some information. Use that information, we can inform them. But mostly whenever we are working like that, right? So using with the help of tool, that will not give you my most success for entire applications. Okay, because we should understand how the application is working. Based on that application, we need to write the code against to that applications to find out the vulnerability. Okay, so that same things we are going to see the entire classes. I'll explain one by one. Okay. Okay, so mostly the organization hiring the people for, I mean, hiring the persons as a cybersecurity, I mean, they look for cybersecurity engineer, right? So mostly they are looking to secure their product. Okay, for example, there is a company, it's a based out of finance company. Okay, they are planning to hire a persons who having the proper knowledge on cybersecurity. They are planning to hire a persons. Okay, so the reason why they are hiring, because they want to secure their application before launching, take it to the live before launching. Okay, so they already developed the product, they already uh, created the database for that product, they have the server for that product, so everything they will implement, but they will not take it to the live. Okay, once entire development has been completed, right? So they will look for a cybersecurity person to validate that entire product end to end. So server, they will look for applications, they look for database security. So entire end to end, they will look for the security. The reason why they are looking cybersecurity candidate to perform the testing against the application before the live. The reason is like, if it is a finance based application, right? So there are some certain standards to cover. I mean, they need to uh, get some certification. It's like a complaint certifications. Without that certifications, they can't run their product for long time. The certification will like, so if you are running a finance based company, right? Banking sector or something, they need to take the PCI DSS certifications, payment card industry data security standards. So if it is a medical based, they need to take HIPAA. So if it is a European based country, they need to take GDPR. Okay, GDPR. Okay, they need to take the GDPR complaints, and we have few more complaint standard as well. But why should, you can ask me that? Okay, why should the organization should take this complaint certifications? Without this certification, why not the organization can run the product in live? The reason is like, I mean, we are using some applications like of phone pay, google pay, many applications are there. Okay, so the reason why we are using, we know that okay, the application is safe because of google. They already say a phone, google pay handled by the google organization, they already do some sort of security for that particular applications. So that because of that, we are believing and we are using that applications. Okay, so you can ask that, okay, so is that certifications valid? I mean, that sort of validation can be done by any persons, or I mean, any person in the sense the person having 1 year of experience, or else 2 years of experience, 3 years of experience persons, or is there any specific standards to validate that certifications? Yes. Uh, anybody can able to perform the security testing. Okay, so for example, the organization having the 2 years experience candidate to validate the entire security, like web application, server side security, every security. Okay, only they have the person who have what to say, 2 years of experience. Okay, but so when they are taking this proper certifications, right, the PCA complaint certifications, they need the OACP persons to validate that particular application. Okay, so in the chat also there are few people's asking that, okay, is that OACP certification is a valid certifications, or else only because of hype, most of the organization looking for the OACP certification, not because of the hype, because of the value. Because the reason why banking, I mean, whenever you are going for the complaint standard, why they are looking for the sort of certification, because when you work for the OACP level of certification, right? It's like a real-time scenario. Real-time scenario in the sense, um, they will provide you the set of IP. Okay, so you need to you need to perform the attacks against that IP address. Okay, so in that you should not use any, you can't use any automation tools. You need to understand the logic, how the application, how the server, everything's are working. Against that logic, you need to perform some attacks to get the access of the server. Okay, that's why that certification is having more value comparing to the other sort of certifications. Okay, so they mostly when we are coming to the complaints, they will look for the person who have OACP. I'm not saying that okay, only the OACP person have the eligible to perform the testing. Anybody can perform the testing, but the final validation should happen by the OACP certifications. Okay, in my organization there are 10 peoples, only one have the OACP certifications. There are 10 peoples. Okay, so having a normal certification, they can even perform the testing with the help of their knowledge. They can perform the testing, but final validation should happen by that OACP persons. Okay, so that is the value of the certification. But anyhow, I will explain how value, more about the certification in the later topics. Okay. So, and one more thing that you can ask me that, okay, why they should take the PCI standard, why they should take the HIPAA complaint standards, GDPR for the European countries. Without these standards, even if I am I have a OSCP certification, I completed the entire security testing end to end. Okay, why not? That is enough to run that application for a longer period of time. The reason is like, so just imagine, so there is a four different person. Okay, so one person having 0 years of experience, one person having 1 years of experience, there is a one more person having 6 years of experience. Okay, so if there is a no specific standard, right, based on their experience, they will explain what sort of security need to implement for that applications, for that servers. Okay, so that will not a proper way. That's why there is a certain committee, there is a standard called PCI-DSS, Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, HIPAA, GDPR. Okay, they already created some sort of like a test cases in the sense what and all the things should be in the organization, um, to become a secure. Okay, so they already created some sort of test cases. Okay, based on that specific test cases, we need to perform the testing. Okay, even if it is a 0 years experience, 1 year's experience candidate, 2 years experience candidate, even 6 years experience candidate. Okay, so we need to follow the PCI-DSS standard. Okay, and one more thing we can ask. Okay, so we already have the specific standard, we like PCI-DSS, HIPAA, something like that. Then why should the organization looking the OACP candidate should validate? Because already there is a specific standard. Okay, PCI, DSS, HIPAA, GDPR, something. Okay, even though why they are looking for the OSP person, because the reason is like, I mean, uh, the OACP candidates will exploit the target by the understanding. So that is the different here. Okay, there is some sort of test cases. Test cases in the sense, so they will mention that okay, if we see, if for example, if we take the PCA DSS, right, they have around 12 requirements. Okay, in the 12 requirements, they will mention that okay, first you need to create a log server, then you need to implement the firewall, then you need to implement the antivirus, like that, and all the test cases for them. Then if they need to that the organization should perform the penetration testing, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. Okay, so then only they can take it to the live. The 12 requirements should complete. Okay, then only they can take that application to the live. Okay, so in that the OACP can only work only in the specific part of VAPT, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. Okay, so other scenarios will handle by the different teams. There is a team called consultants, consultancies. There are some different sort of teams also there. But anyhow, that also I will explain. Okay, so that is the reason they are looking for the OACP candidates. Okay, so mostly when we are working for the bank, they will look for the PCI DSS. When we are working for the medical, they look for the HIPAA. When we are working for the European based company, they will look for the GDPR based complaint standard. Even there is a other sort of complaint standards like ISO 27001, and same like we have it for AA platform. Then we have SOC type 1 and type 2 compliance. Okay, so this are all the complaint standards. Okay, so once the organization come into the secure platform, right, they need to take this entire compliance, then only they can come into the secure module. Okay, but the reason why most of the most of the organizations are uh, thinking to come in, perform the PCA HIPAA, because it's bit costly. The reason is like whenever you are coming to the security part, right, anyhow, if you see in the normal way, so the organization more, for example, your organization, you are working in some organization ABC something organizations, that organizations completely work for the web application. Okay, they develop the web application, they're given for the client. Okay, so for anyhow, for that web application, they will create a server. Okay, just imagine we have a server 1, we have a server 2, we have server 2, we have a few more servers, server 3, 4, 5. Okay, okay. The reason why they will create the server, because they need to launch the application inside the server. Then only everyone can able to visit the application from their browser. Okay, so that's why they are creating the server. Okay, so additional to this, okay, to create a security for this specific server, they need to create a few more server. Okay, one is like a log server. Okay, so log server in the sense whatever the things happen in this particular server, right, that should be log. Okay, same like on the server as well, whatever happened on the server, that entire things, each and every activity should be log, a log in the sense, yeah, whatever the even the specific, right now, if the system is ideal or someone is requesting for application, or else if there is any things happen in the server side, right, each and every single bit of activity, each and every second of activity monitored by this log server. Okay, so then they need to implement the firewall, then they need to implement the antivirus. So they need to implement so many things to uh, increase their security. So to implement everything, it's bit costlier. Okay, so that's why they, most of the organization looking, okay, they are feel that okay, there is some sort of high cost. That's why they are looking to come into the security portion. Okay, but I'm not saying that okay, all the organizations are not are thinking about the money. Few organization, I'm saying that. Okay, is my voice audible, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. I'll speak slowly. Okay. Okay, there are a few of them are raise their hands. Yeah, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, what are the prerequisites for the cybersecurity? Yeah, that I will explain. After this, I'm going to explain about the prerequisites, what are all the things we need to, and we need to get into the cybersecurity. Okay, so if you guys have any doubts, just drop the message. Okay, so fine. Yeah, few messages. No, so PCDS is not not like OACP certifications. Okay, so PCDS is a standard. It's like a complaint standard. So if, for example, if you are planning to run organization, I mean you're planning to create a bank, okay, say or a financial based industry organizations, okay. So for when you are going into the financial based organizations, okay, you need to take the certification from this PCI DSS. Okay, they are if you go and type PCI DSS, right, so you can see PCI security standards. Okay, you will get the certification from this organizations. Okay, so they already created some specific standard. Okay, what and all things you need to implement to, I mean, to maintain the safety for the um, I mean your customer data. Okay, like because your customers are maintaining their entire money, entire finance details using your applications, right? So that you need to take some certification from this specific organizations. You should like showing that okay, I already properly secured my organization. So with the help of, I mean, as per the PCI DSS standards. Okay, so I just explained that. Okay, only few points like what and all they will look for, like implementing the antivirus, implementing the firewalls, implementing the log servers. This and all the small things I have explained. Okay, so likewise, you have around 200 plus test cases. For example, even okay, for example, you have in your organization, there will be CCTV footages. Okay, CCTV cameras. Okay, so as per the PC standards, they should maintain 90 days of data backup. I mean the CCTV footage backup. Okay, they need to maintain 90 days. Okay, then there is I mean if they are maintaining the firewall, same like for CCTV, they need to maintain 90 days of alive logs, and 1 year of archive logs they need to maintain. Okay, so likewise there is some specific standards. Okay, once you properly implement this all the standards, right, then you will get this PCI DSS certifications. Even you can add their logo in your application like this. I mean mostly you can see that logo in the phone pay phone pay application. While loading that application, right, at the bottom you can see that logo PCI DSS. Just a minute, I'll just try to show that. In phone pay, I think I'm not able to get that image here. Okay, if you try to open your phone pay image, right, I mean only it will show you few fraction of second. Okay, so you can see this logo PCI DSS. Okay, so you can see this logo bottom of that applications pay, sorry. Yeah, here you can see like this. See, you can see the sorry, what happened. We can see the logo like this PCI DSS. Same, see here ISO 27001 certified. Okay, so this logo is showing that okay, you are a say I mean you are maintaining your application in a secure way as per the industry standards. Just a minute, I am getting a few messages. Next to bank and medical, I mean HIPAA. I mean next to the bank I mentioned the PCI DSS. Medical is HIPAA. I mean, same like I mean, how whatever I explained for the PCDS is like so the PCDS work only for the banking sector. HIPAA is will work only for the medical based. Yeah, I'll explain about the triangle. Okay, you are asking CA that I will explain. Okay. Fine. So, I mean, this and all the basic standards the organization will maintain. Okay. So, and there's a few, I mean, there are few teams inside the organizations. Okay. So, I mean, we say that, okay, cyber security. Okay. But inside the organization, there are specific teams. They already split up some sort of specific teams. Okay. So, the every team's having the different set of knowledge, a different set of skill sets. Okay. So, the team will be like of, what to say whenever VMS is the one sort of team vulnerability assessment, they will just use some sort of tool and then they will perform the scannings. Okay, so VMS is like a VMS, or else we can say vulnerability management system. Okay, so what actually this team person will do, they will get some sort of IP address above. I mean, they if the organization maintaining some application servers, database servers, right? They will share that set of IP address to the specific teams. Okay, and what they will do, they will scan that IP address and they will try to identify what and all the misconfigurations are inside that servers. uh, Misconfiguration in the sense, actually I'll explain how this VMS team will work in depth. Okay, so we'll get the IP address from these server team, right? Once we get the IP address, the VMS team will uh, create some sort of, I mean, they have some sort of tools. Okay, like Nessus, Qualys, they have some sort of tools. Okay, they will load that IP address into that specific tool. Okay, and they will start perform the scanning. Okay, so once they upload that IP address inside the tools, right? So they have some, so they will need some few details, because actually that Nessus tool will log in inside that application server and see each and every folders and try to identify the misconfigurations. Okay, so that is the actual work of that specific tool. Okay, it's not just like, okay, just giving the IP and scan and you will get some sort of vulnerabilities. Okay, so with the help of that tool, okay, so that tool will log in into your server. Okay, with the help of SSH or DP, with the help of that specific service, the application will log in into your server and it will perform some sort of scans in the sense, just look each and every folders is there is any misconfiguration in the sense. So for example, you have mostly we'll say, okay, so whenever we are creating the password, we need to maintain 8 characters. Okay, and we need to use symbols, numbers, capital letters, smalls, everything we need to use. That's a actual security scenario. Okay, but we give the password like this 1111. Okay, so once the application accept this, right, this is the misconfigurations. So we know that. So that once we give the 8 characters with numbers, symbols, caps, smalls, everything mingle of that, that will be the secure password. Okay, but even we know that, but we'll give 111 as a password here. So that is called misconfiguration. Okay, so some website you can see, right? I'll show you demo. Okay, so if you see here, we know, okay, we should not use any default username and password. Okay, see here, I'm just using admin and I'll just give the password also admin. Okay, see, it's got logged in. Okay, this is the misconfiguration. Okay, so we know that some sort of secure how to secure, but unfortunately we miss that to configure in the proper way. Okay, that is called misconfiguration. Okay, so that tool will try to find out the misconfiguration and point out that okay, this and all the things you missed to uh, configure in the secure way. Okay, so once we get that number of findings right, so that report will given to that specific team. That team will start working on the remediation part. Remediation in the sense fixing part. Okay, once they fix, again they'll give it that scenario. I mean, they will say that okay, already I complete entire remediations. Then the team will start scan against once again to that IP address. Okay, so once it show everything's are closed, then they will say that okay, so your application, your server is safe. Not 100% safe. Okay, they will say your server is safe. Okay, from the misconfiguration point. Okay, actually the reason this up this tool try to log in into this server and try to find out the misconfiguration. Okay, so once this VMS team complete their scanning process, right, then it's come to the PT, penetration testing team. Okay, so you can ask that okay, why once after completing the VMS they're coming to the PT? Why not directly they go for the PT, penetration testing activity? The reason is like, so if you see sometimes what happened, right, so if it is the new applications, okay, for that new application anyhow the organization will create a separate server for that application. Okay, so that time what happened, right, they'll forgot to close unwanted ports, unwanted services. They will miss some sort of even they know that okay, how they think to close that everything, but unfortunately they forgot, and they'll I mean, due to their work pressure, what they will do, they will just give that server IP to the PT team. Okay, then what happened? The PT team will see that okay, they'll start penetration testing team will start scanning against the server, and they see there are around thousands of port numbers. Okay, then what the PT team will do? The PT team will look into each and every port numbers, and they try to identify the weakness to penetrate into that server. Okay, so it will take too much of time. Okay, even there will be some sort of port number. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately they forgot to close that. Okay, so even if we try to perform PT for that particular port number, right, it's a waste of time. So that's why what we are doing, we're just giving to the VMS team. Okay, they will just try to identify misconfiguration, everything. Okay, so once even they see if some ports are um, don't want, right, they will close there itself. Okay, then they will come to the penetration testing. Okay, so in this case already there are few misconfiguration has been closed. So then there is a PT team. Even the PT team tried to find out a way to exploit the server. Even all misconfiguration has been closed, right, the PT team will try to find out the way to penetrate into that server. Okay, that is the PT. In PT team, there are a number of technologies like a network penetration testing team. In network, we have internal, sorry, and external. Internal and external in the sense, I mean, you have a server or else a network device like a firewall, routers, whatever may be the device. Okay, so we'll try to do the pen testing like a security testing for that particular device as a external attacker, and we'll try from the internal also. External in the sense, we are not the part of that particular Wi-Fi. For example, you have a Wi-Fi. I'm just saying an example. Okay, so you have a Wi-Fi. Inside this Wi-Fi there are two devices. Okay, so there are two devices. So if it is a internal penetration testing team, right, so I will connect my system in this same Wi-Fi. It means that I am the part of that specific network and perform this PT activity like a internal penetration testing. Okay, if it is external, I'm not a part of this particular Wi-Fi. I'll just connect from my own Wi-Fi, and I'll try to reach this server, and I'll try to penetrate that particular server. Okay, that is called external penetration testing. Okay, so mostly when we are performing the internal and external, right, so it's like a I mean, external mostly will be like a black box in the sense, we don't have much idea about the target. Okay, so mostly few of them are thinking that okay, so black box is like a illegal activity, gray box is something like I mean, both black hat and white hat hacker. White hat is like a legal hacker. It's not like that. Okay, so we say that black box, black box. So black box in the sense, the attacker don't have any knowledge about the target. Okay, only the attacker know the IP or else URL about the target. So from that, the attacker will try to identify, and the attacker try to understand the entire scenario. From that, attacker will try to breach your breach the target. Okay, that is called black box. Then gray box. Gray box in the sense, uh, you will get some idea about the target. For example, there is a company, they ask you to perform the testing for their application. Okay, so for that, what they will do, they will provide the username, password, some sort of credential about that application to you, and they will explain the logic of the application also. That is called gray box. You will have few idea about that. So then we have white box. White box in the sense, you will have the entire idea about that organization, like end to end, what sort of server they are using, what sort of application, logic of the application, password of that application, everything you'll have that. Okay, so once you have all the knowledge, based on that, if you perform the penetration testing, that is called white box. Mostly when you are coming into the network, right, if you are performing the external, it will be a black box. They will just give you the IP address. So you need to understand the entire scenario, and you need to perform the penetration testing. Then we have web application. In web applications also, we have internal and external. Okay, but mostly you will get the external web application PT. Why I'm saying that in web application you'll have internal and external. Sometimes what happen, right, if it is a banking based application, what they, I mean, mostly they will use for the internal purpose. Internal purpose in the sense, for example, okay, we know there are different banks. Okay, for just take ABC Bank. Okay, so ABC Bank, anyhow, they will create one sort of application for the customers, their customers. They will create one sort of application for the internal employees. So for customers, how they will create, if the customers log in into that application, the customer can able to see the balance, and if the customer want to transfer the amount from one account to another account, and if they want to take the download the statement, that and all they can do. But if it is the employee, I mean, internal application, right, they have few more additional feature, like they can able to view different customer payment, and they can see when they did the last transaction, all the details they can able to see. That is called internal application. So when it's coming like internal application, right, so they will ask the penetrate, I mean, the cyber penetration testing person to come into their place to perform the PT. Okay, that time what happened, right, you will connect in the internal network. Okay, so that is called internal. Okay, but then external in the sense, they'll just give you the URL, so you need to perform the penetration testing. So for web application, most of the time you will get a gray box level of testing. So gray box in the sense, you will get, they will explain few things about the application, and you will get the credential for that. Okay, so there's a web application, then API testing, then thick and thin client PT, then we have OT penetration testing, IoT, then we can go for, then we have mobile application, mobile, we have Android, iOS. Okay, then there's a team called Red Team. Then we have SOC team, Security Operations Center. I mean, there is a difference between penetration testing and red teaming. Okay, so PT is like, for example, in your organizations, if there is a 200 servers, right, they will give you the 200 servers IP to you, and ask you to perform the security testing. Okay, entire 200 device IP address. Okay, so even you have some sort of restrictions, so you should not perform the DOS attack. Okay, so even if you see, okay, there is a chance of DOS attacker, you should not perform the DOS attack. Okay, Then second thing is like you can perform the RC remote code executions, remote code execution in the sense you can take the access of that server. Okay, but once there will be some clients, they will say that okay, if you have the point to get the control of the server, right, they will say don't directly take the access of the server. Before get doing that, just inform us. Okay, once we confirm that, then you perform the testing, they'll say like that. Okay, so there's some sort of restrictions. Okay, and you'll have less time period to perform the PT, even if it is the 200 IPs, right? So they will give you the less time, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks to complete the entire testing for the specific server. But if it is a red teaming activity, you will get only one IP address. You need to perform the red teaming for that specific IP, and you will not have any restrictions. Okay, so the thing is, the thing only will be you need to take the access of that domain controller. Okay, the reason why we are getting one IP here instead of getting, I mean, even if we have a 200 system, why we are getting one IP? The reason will be, so once you breach that specific IP address, right, automatically that 200 system will be in your control. Okay, and you need to bypass the firewall, and you need to write your own malware code to bypass the I mean target defense. Okay, so and you, I mean. Then you will get the access of the domain controller, and you will get 6 months of time period to perform the complete the red teaming activity. Okay, so then there is a SOC team, security operations center. It's a defense team. Okay, so what this team will do, this team will have a, I mean they will perform, I mean they will do monitor for 24/7 for your particular application and server. Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah. So there will be different teams like L1, L2, L3 team. Okay. So L1 team will just do the monitor. They will have three screens. Okay. They will sit in front of the screens, and in one screen they will monitor the logs, and one more screen they will maintain the CPU and system performance, and one more screen they will maintain the email. Okay. If they feel something suspicious, right, in that second itself, they will just drop the mail to the L2 team and take the action for that particular event. Okay, so when you are working for the working as a red teamer, right, you need to bypass this SOC team as well, because if you use some sort of tools, or easily that a SOC team person can able to identify, and they will block the tool activities. Okay, so we need to I mean use something. We need to understand the logic, and we need to use the PowerShell script to bypass the SOC team as well. Okay. Anyhow, that we'll see one by one. I mean, we have some practical session for this as well, and the prerequisites for entire things will be like we should know network. Then we should know about the operating system. Then in operating system we have client and server, so we should know both. Okay, so what is the what is the client operating system, and where we use the server operating systems, and where we use the what is it, Linux, where we can use Windows. The reason why I'm saying we should know the entire scenario, because whenever you be planning to exploit some operating system, right, once you know the operating system workflow, then only we can able to what is it, exploit properly, and we can write some sort of scripts to exploit the target. Okay, so then we should, I mean, and our understanding of operating system in the sense, not like, okay, what is Windows, what is Linux, not like a definitions. We should know, for example, if you have a, just take this. Okay, this is my system. I have a two drive. I'll just get into the C. Okay, I should know what is the program files, what will be in the program 86, and inside the user what will be, and what is the meaning of registry. So each and everything I should know. Okay, so because the reason why I'm saying, once you take the access of the target writer, so you'll not have the graphical interface to interact with the server. Okay, more everything will be the command line. Okay, so if it is in the command line, right, you should know which place you need to interact to get the what's if you, for example, if you want some information ABC, you should know where you need to in the entire operating system in C drive, where you need to request to get that ABC informations. Okay, so likewise we need to understand the operating system. In network level, we should know how the IPs are working, what is protocol and what is protocol services, and how the network architecture will be. Because without knowing of the network architecture, if we blindly, I mean, for example, okay, so you are saying, mm, okay, I'll just give you the example. Okay, this is the server. Okay, inside this server there is a application, ABC application. Just think abc.com. There is an application name called ABC. Okay, so when you are checking the five, I mean, what to say? When you are performing the PT for this, right? You found something like a header missing. Okay, so what type of header? Okay, X-frame header. For example, just take X-frame header. If the X-frame header is not there, but don't think what is X-frame, and I'll show you that later. Okay, for example, I am saying, okay, if you don't have an idea on the network device, right, what are sort of problems you will face. Okay, so that I am trying to explain. Okay, so for example, you have a ABC website. Okay, you found that, okay, X frame is not that. Okay, X frame, if it is the X frame is not there is a possible of click jacking attack. Okay, so when you are ask them to fix that X frame, I mean click jacking attack, right? They will say, okay, I have implemented the firewall. Okay, so implementing firewall will not help you to prevent the click jacking attack. Okay, so because the click jacking is completely different, firewall is completely different. Okay, we should know that proper workflow, then only we can understand, okay, so what sort of attack can be prevented by the firewall, then you can think how you can bypass. Okay, so we should know the entire infrastructure logic. Okay, the basically, if I want to say, you should know the entire fundamentals. Okay, fundamentals, how the networks are working, operating systems, everything's okay. You know how the communications happen from one end to another end. Okay, so once you know the development phase, then easily you can understand the say, I mean, misconfiguration phase. Misconfiguration in the sense of penetration testing. When you are coming into the penetration testing, easily you can point out where is the problem and how you can reach that particular point to get the access. Okay, so once you know the attack, easily you can understand how the defense team will work and how the forensics can be happen. It's like a chain reactions. So once you know one, automatically it will connect with everything. And a few of them are thinking that, okay, so we don't want the programming knowledge. Without programming knowledge, if you ask me, is that possible to get into the cybersecurity field? So for a specific period of time, what to say, you can survey with the help of the tools, but after some times, sure, we can't able. Even nowadays there is a most of the organizations looking who, I mean, who can able to understand the logic and perform the attacks. They don't want the person who use the complete tools. And a few of them are thinking that, okay, Kali Linux and the black ops, that sort of operating system is the hacking operating system. Not like that. So if you are getting into the organization, right, they will not I mean, what to say, you can't say that, okay, only the Kali Linux, if you give me, I can perform the PT. So even if they given the Windows, even if they give the Ubuntu operating system, even if they given the any operating system, you should be ready to perform the penetration testing activity. You should not rely on any specific operating system. Okay, the reason is like some organization will accept that, okay, I'll provide you the Kali Linux. But when you are working for the service-based organization, service in the sense, there's a product and service. There are two set of things. Service in the sense, you will perform the security testing for the different clients. You will work for the A company. You will the testing you will done for the B, C, D, F, some like that organization. Okay, that is what they will say. They will not give you the Kali Linux. when you are performing the internal penetration testing, right? So that time what happened, they will provide you the entire server, they will provide you the system. Okay, they'll say, sorry sir, we are not able to provide the Kali. They will say that they can only provide the Ubuntu or else Windows, they will say something like that. Okay, so that time you should be ready to perform the PT activity. Okay, yeah, there's a few of them asking that is a bad login via SSH need credentials show that tool itself crack the credential. No, see, actually, so okay, there are someone asking that. Okay, I explained about the VMS, right? In that, I think you were there. She's asking about the Nessus tool. Okay, the tool will not crack the password. Okay, so you need to provide the credential. Okay, so then only that tool will try to log in into the server, and it will check each and every point to identify the uh, misconfigurations. The tool will not crack the credentials. SOC stand for Security Operations Center. The tool will log. Yes, the tool will log in into that server, and it will try to find out the misconfiguration. Simply, I mean, even without that tool also, we can able to perform that sort of testing. It's called hardening, but it will take too much of time to check each and every folder, because once you log in into that tool, log in into that server, right? What that tool will do first, that tool will get into the C drive, and the tool will check, okay, what and all the files, sorry, I mean applications are installed, what is the current versions, and what versions you have installed for that application. Each and everything it will check one by one. Okay, so that's why um, we are, I mean, it will take some time for the complete hardening if you go for in the manual method without tools. Okay, but the tool will cost a bit higher. Okay, so the tool cost will be like, if you go for Nessus cost, for if we want to use this specific tool, we can use. Okay, for some specific period of time they are giving for the free trial. Okay, so if you want to use for full versions, right, you need to pay this much of amount for 1 year of license. And in that we have professional expert, then we have like a different set of things. Okay, so mostly the organization will go for the professionals. Okay, so the reason why mostly we are preferring the Nessus tool, and next to the Nessus they will prefer for the Qualys. Okay, the reason will be like, when coming for the penetration testing, I mean VAPA, vulnerability assessment, right? So mostly financial based company will look for the VA. Okay, so vulnerability assessment. Okay, so then they will perform the PT. Okay, so the reason will be like, as per the PCA standards, so they have some specific timeline. For this specific timeline they need to perform the VA. For this specific timeline they need to perform the PT activity. So anyhow they will confer the vulnerability assessment. Okay, so in when they're coming for the vulnerability assessment in Nessus tool, we have options called external PCA DSS scans and internal PCA DSS scans. Okay, so in that tools itself have some sort of test cases related to the PCA DSS. Okay, so we can that tool itself perform the testing as per the PCA. Just give me a minute. You can send the message, right? Just now I received your message. See, ethical hacking is simply we are saying cybersecurity ethical hacking. Okay, so when we are getting into the organizations, the team will be like this only. So ethical hacking is not there will be no team in the name of ethical hacking. Simply we can say that okay, so we are following some sort of ethics to perform the hacking for the organizations to I mean to inform them for security something, that's it. So there is no team, nothing. So we are just thinking ethical hacking. I mean the initially when the cybersecurity fields get boomed, right, that time we use the name called ethical hacking. So the knowledge, everything is same. Okay, even if you say cybersecurity, if you say ethical hacking, everything will be the same. In organization you have a team name only like this. Yes, yeah. See, actually when we are coming into the vulnerability assessment, right, so mostly what we do, we'll just perform some sort of scans. Okay, so if you want to say, mm, see, uh for example, okay, so we just take the same site. Okay, I already given the example abc.com. Okay, so if we perform the VA for this, right, we'll try to identify the vulnerability, but will not exploit the target. Okay, we'll just try to identify the vulnerability with the help of VA, vulnerability assessment. Okay, but if you come into the penetration testing activity, you will identify the vulnerability and will exploit that vulnerability. Okay, so you can't say that okay, I just found this vulnerability. The same things doing by the Nessus tool, okay, or some other tools. Okay, so you can't say just you identify that. You need to exploit and you need to show that. Okay, so and one more thing, like focus on the security weakness. VA will be like a focus on the security weakness. Okay, so here what we do in the penetration testing, um, we'll try to find the impact for that. Impact in the sense the weakness and impacts are different. Okay, so weakness in the sense this is the way we can able to exploit the target. Okay, we can say like that. Okay, so impact in the sense, for example, you have this specific admin page. Okay, okay, so I'll just use some default password and I logged in. Okay, so if you ask what will be the impact, right? So I can say that okay, if this default login is not fixed, so any user from the public can able to access this admin login and they can do whatever they want. Okay, even just imagine if the same application in the internal organization, right? Not in the public facing, only they use this application for the internal organization. Okay, if they use only for the internal organization, the impact will be like get reduced because so if it is the public, anyone can able to access, then the impact will be the critical. So if it is coming to the internal only for inside the organization, the impact will be high because only from the organization side anyone can able to access. Okay, so it depends upon the place, so the severity will get reduced. Okay, so mostly the VA will be like automated. Okay, so automated in the sense they already create some sort of scenarios inside the tools, and that tool will try to perform some testing and try to identify the vulnerability. But here in penetration testing, we need to uh, understand the application and we need to try our manual way. So manual way in the sense, for example, okay, so when you perform the VA, the tool is saying that okay, so the default username and password is enabled to log in into the application. Okay, so what we do, we'll fix that. But after fixing in manual method, what I will do, so I'll try to use some sort of payload and I'll just give some random password to log in. See, So yeah, the application get logged in. So this is the manual way. The tool will try to identify the weakness, misconfiguration, but the tool will not try for some additional payload to find, okay, this is the vulnerable part. Okay, it's just try to identify the misconfiguration. So when we coming into the PT, we'll perform some manual testing. Okay, so then what to say, so when we are coming into the penetration testing, it will take time, but when you're coming as using coming to the VA, that you can complete the scan faster because it's a scan. Okay, so you no need to think something, okay, to perform the scan. It just once you give the IP and if you give the credential of SSH or RDP, it will get logged in, check one by one, and it will give you the findings. Okay, but here you need to understand and you need to write the script as per that. This one all the major difference when you're coming into the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. Cybersecurity is the best career for beginner. Yeah, see, so I mean, in IT domain, not only the cybersecurity, everything's the best, but the here the pro, I mean, cybersecurity, uh, what to say, every organization needs cybersecurity. So if you start your career as a cybersecurity writer, so you can get into any organization, sure, because if it is a manufacturing, if it is a medical, banking, any sort of organization, they need to secure their data. Even if it is for example, uh, there is a company, okay, just imagine, we know the football gaming, right? Football gaming, okay, for there will be a scoreboard where if it is an international game, there will be a scoreboard. So if that scoreboard is given by the European countries, right, even for that application also, you need to perform the security testing. Because so whenever there is a registration happen for the tickets, right, that customer data should not leak publicly. Okay, for that they will perform the penetration testing. Okay, each and every field have the every industry will have the need the cybersecurity, but here the difficult part is like you should clear on the fundamentals. Once you are clear on the fundamentals, then you will understand the higher level of advanced level of cybersecurity. Okay, once if you're not clear on the fundamentals, right, so what happened when you're crossing some sort of levels, right, so you'll not able to find out the vulnerability because that completely correlate with your fundamentals. Okay, so once you have the fundamentals idea, then you can do that. Even for example, just take these applications. I'm just giving the script and just giving password and just logged in. Okay, the reason if you ask me how I just give this stuffy hyphen hyphen as a username, right? Because I just try to understand the applications backend and I just understand how the application will work and how the application will send the request to that database. Entire thing I understand, then I just give this payload. Okay, that is the main thing. Second thing will be like a job. Okay, you need to maintain your profile. Okay, so because it's a security domain. Okay, so if you miss some sort of security, then the company is the responsible for their client. Okay, so you should be maintain your profile, like okay, at least you just do some play some CTF or else do some bug bounty. Then only you can able to improve your skills. Once you maintain your profile, then organization will try hire you. Okay, because they will see your profile. When they are seeing your profile, they'll feel that you are a experienced persons. Okay, so you need to maintain your profile to get into the job. Okay, so when you I mean, if you want to start your career in the penetration testing, right, so the route map will be like, first try to understand the operating system, then just go with the network penetration testing. Okay, so once you are clear on these things, then you just try to understand the web application uh, 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 logics. Okay, then try for the web application penetration testing. If you go like this, so I mean the way I'm saying that, okay, first you need to understand the development phase of that. I mean, if you want to attack some network device, right, you should know how that network device configurations are done by the network team. Okay, and under what logic they will use this sort of devices. So once you know the development phase of that particular scenario, right, then easily you can add and you can understand the security, I mean vulnerabilities. Easily you can do the penetration testing. Okay, so without having the base knowledge of that, if you directly get into the penetration testing, sure you will face a number of issues and you will face some okay, um what to do next. You will have the questioning every time. Okay, so the flow will be like whatever the technology you are selecting, that's fine. So for that technology, you should know development phase and working logics. Then you need to touch the cybersecurity, I mean penetration testing phase. Then you can go for the mitigation, then forensic. This is the way you can uh, complete your flow. Sorry. Uh, Sorry. See, the department is not a problem. Even if you are from the mechanical, if you're from the triple EC chemistry mathematicals department, that's not an issue here. But when you are coming into the organizations, right, they will look you. I mean, they will look only for the knowledge. Okay, if you have a proper knowledge, proper skill on the cybersecurity, right, they're ready to hire. Okay, they're not saying that okay, only I need a CS persons or else something cybersecurity department persons. Okay, so you have a proper knowledge on that. Sure, they are ready to hire. Yeah, see, actually, the entire 15 days we'll we are just now we started. Okay, so end of the 15th day, sure you will have some idea about cybersecurity and where to start, how to run, and how we need to perform. Everything I will cover in the entire 15 days. Okay. See, coding knowledge, sure we need at least try understanding the basic Python or something because. Uh, when you are crossing some levels, right, so without having a programming, if you can't able to be a master in specific pt. Okay, so sure you need a code, then only you can able to get move to the advanced level. With the help of tools you can perform, but what happened, right, nowadays what happened if you're depending on your specific tool, right, for example, there's a tool name called a. Okay, so within I mean within some days, what happened, there will be a one more techno, I mean there will be updated version. That version can able to easily identify that tool, so you can't use the tool for that penetration testing activity. Okay, so sure you need the coding. Okay, it's not like a back end and front end. Okay, if you're planning to perform security testing on web application, you should know how the node application will back end logic will work. What is will be the difference between node next JS and Angular, and what will be the difference with Java, Python, PHP. So likewise, you should know. Okay, so and you need to understand some basic code. Okay, once you see the code, you should know at least what logic they have wrote that entire application. Okay, so I at least try to start the coding now itself. Okay, at just understanding level, not in the master level, just in the understanding level. At least that will be help you. Once you getting into the organization by the experience, you will learn some more. Okay, but coding will be a must. Yeah, the prerequisite already explained, right? You should know the development phase. Then you should know about operating system, network. That are all the prerequisites. So that once you have that, then you can do something. I mean, the payloads and all. I will whenever we are getting into that specific topic, I'll explain. Okay, so if I give right now, sure you will get some confusions. Okay, so instead of keeping some payloads, I'll show you how you can understand and how you can able to perform that. See, chemistry students is fine. Okay, but you can start learning with the help of W3 school. Three school, okay, W3 school. So you can use this website. You can start your I mean Python. You see, you have n number of language. You don't need to learn everything. Okay, just try learn one language like Python. Mostly Python will be easier for everyone. Okay, just try to learn Python. Okay, so because here itself we have a place to practice your code. Okay, see if you want to practice here, just try. You can practice here directly. Okay, just try to learn. I mean, just try to learn at least any one language. SOC 1 to ISO 27000, even that is also your type of compliance. Okay, so ISO will be like, okay, so whenever you are buying some product, right, in the back end of that product, you can see that ISO symbol. Okay, the ISO is trying to say that, okay, that particular product is like a for, I mean, properly certified by the I mean, ISO company. Okay, there is a, no, I mean, what to say? It's a perfect product to take for the customers. Okay, that's why they are mentioning that ISO logo inside the back to that product. Okay, in the same way, if you are handling some sort of applications related to the finance writer, you can take the ISO standard. Okay, the ISO standard will say that, okay, that application is completely safe. They already complete the security testing, and they already have the proper team for the say I mean for the defense, everything they have. So to mention that, they will take the ISO. Okay, so ISO 27001, you can use for any applications, or else any organizations, or else you can take it for, I mean, even you can take it for the delivery, for also delivery in the sense, once you complete the product, right, you will deliver the product to the your client, right? For the deliverable also, you can take the ISO standard 27001. Okay, but for the AA product, it's completely different. For AA, you need to take different ISO standard. The YouTube channel, you can take any because in YouTube you have n number of channels. Okay, so fundamentals you can take it from anywhere. That's not an issue. So fundamentals for your Python, you will have a number. Okay. Okay. Yeah, even if you want to move from the A to, or you are learning Python, but if you want to move from A uh, to the cybersecurity, sure, you can move. Only the Python is not a entire things. Okay, so we have a number of things in the cybersecurity. The Python is a part of that. Okay, so if you have a knowledge on Python, when you are if you see some places to bypass your the target antivirus or else firewall, right? That time you can use that language to create your own malware to bypass that. For that, you are going to use the Python. Only the Python is not a entire things. Okay, you need to understand the logics, everything. Okay, the Python is a part of that. Use any operating system. I consider that only Windows or Linux. So if Linux will be a, a comfortable one. Okay, even if you have a Windows, that is also fine. Okay, Linux will be the comfortable. Okay, because you no need to download and you don't no need to install. Download and install. Okay, so if you have a Kali, everything's are already there. But now we are not going to use any default tools. Okay, so we are going to understand the logic and we try to uh, do the penetration testing. Okay, so you can use any operating system. Yeah, once you have understanding knowledge of Python, right? So that will be enough. So as I already told you, right? So on the specific places we are going to implement. Okay, so only with the help of Python, I can say, okay, you can able to perform the entire, you can complete the entire cybersecurity. Yeah. Okay, I think everyone doubts are clear. Okay. From tomorrow onwards, we will see. I mean, I will just dive into bit advanced. Not advanced. This is not a deep. So we'll see something practical, and we'll see how the networks and everything. We'll see one by one how the network will work, how to understand the network architecture, and what is CIA, what is security principles. Everything we'll try to understand. Okay, real world security scenarios. Everything we'll see. Okay, from tomorrow onwards, we'll just get into the practical. Okay. Hello, Amar.